superpower. Okay, it's the 4th episode of Blooper Reel about the pedal blooper that isn't MOOD. Not MOOD. Today we're going to talk about why it's not MOOD. We finished the mini project, so really good, and we'll show you what that is. We're going to do a trip. We're going to go to the Netherlands, and we're going to go to Germany, and we're going to meet Hainbach and Jogginghouse and Paul Davids and Sil, and that's it. I'm really tired today. I'm having a hard time, so that's it. That's all we're going to do. Talk about these two, mini project, go to Europe for a while, hang out with our friends, go to bed. Okay, so let's dive into the mini project. What the mini project was all about was allowing us to record speed and direction changes to already recorded material, like this loop we have here. That turned out to be really hard to do. Mark had to go in and basically redesign the internal workings of Blooper to make it really function like a strange tape machine. So at this point, the code itself is now very much a digital tape machine, but with some quirks that allow us to pull off this kind of behavior. So let me show you how it works. Turn that speed direction modifier on. Record. Play back. And now we have this reverse section recorded right into the middle of our loop. We can do things like this. Record little tape stops into it. You can also do some interesting kind of compounding things where the loop will pass through the effect again and again, so you can speed it up so much that it becomes like chirps and digital noise, or you can slow it down so much that it fades away. Just so you can see how it works, let's speed this thing up to oblivion. Just get really obnoxious about it. So it's gonna record, go through itself again. And then we just wind up in this extremely beautiful place that's just as musical as anything you've ever heard. Okay, so we have another little loop going here. We're going to try something else. We're going to slightly adjust the unquantized speed direction modifier to manually create modulation, basically. Okay, so that's a thing. That's a thing. The main idea behind all of this is that all the parts within Blooper are yours to apply to your audio. and it didn't feel right that speed and direction shouldn't be able to do that as well. So it really frees you up to put these changes into your audio and then move on. Then you can use another modifier. That's the thing, this is free now to do other stuff. And yeah, now we could record all this as well, right? Do it. There we go. So all those, stability and the other modifier, they're now part of the loop too. So you can just continue your adventure, do some next thing. It's nice. And frankly, the experience wouldn't have felt complete without it. And yeah, we just use that layers knob, and now we're back to where we started. So that's a nice thing too, is of course you can scan through all of this, right? You don't have to really commit. You can, if you were precious like I am about your loops, you can arrive at this point that you enjoy, and you can confidently try things and get weird. And you can still have that sweet loop waiting for you when you're done mucking about. Okay, so we have two pedals here. We have the blooper pedal and we have the mood pedal. And they're different. They're different pedals. They are kind of two sides of a coin when it comes to looping. There's actually a pretty simple way right from the start to kind of get the difference. What mood is more of a looping sampler. What that means is it has two states, unlike a looper, which can be, stopped. It can be recording, it can be playing. Mood is either recording or playing. When it's off, it's recording, and this blinking light indicates every time. It basically shows you the length of the loop. Mood is what you can describe as an always listening looper, basically. When it's off, it is listening to you. And that can be handy for repeating phrases you just played, for example. So I have the pedal in momentary mode right now, and it's going to play a reversed version of whatever I just played when I turn it on. And you let go and it's gone. But of course you don't have to use it momentarily, and you can just record little loops on it. Now there's a few things that separate mood from blooper. There's no overdubbing on mood. That's one of them. If you record more audio, it will simply replace what's already in there, which can be very nice, actually. It's an interesting way to create kind of quirky loops. Cool. And unlike blooper and other loopers, you don't set an in point and an out point with mood. You simply set the length of the recording, just like a delay. So you don't set an in point and an out point, it just does its thing. So the really simplest way to think about it is, if you're trying to record precise loops, if you want to start recording at a certain time and stop recording at a certain time. Mood will not help you with that. Where Mood excels is kind of immediate, playful stuff. It has its looping side and its live effect side, and you can pass audio back and forth between them. You can just use it like a live effect. You can process your loops. That's what Mood's all about. And because of this overdubbing replace feature, you can get odd loops that will surprise you, and it can be a lot of fun just to play some stuff, turn it on, and see what's in there. To make it as simple as possible, the dream of Blooper was to combine, standard practical loopers with creative ones that allow you to take the audio you've recorded and do all kinds of stuff with it. The idea was to empower people so that you don't have to choose one or the other. You can have days where you just record nice loops. Then you can save those and come back to them on other days where you want to be a weirdo. The point of Blooper is that it has to nail basic looping first. And then from there, you get the added benefit of some practical features like a bunch of undo, redo, syncing, saving, and you have a plethora of creative stuff. It's not forcing you in one direction or the other. That's the point of Blooper, is you don't have to make that trade-off between nice looping and weird creative stuff. You can do one thing one day, you can do another thing the next day. And also Blooper has buttons, so take that, Mood. Okay, I've been talking a lot, and most of it is not helpful, so here's the thing. Mood and Blooper, they feel really different to use. They make really different sounds. Looping, sampler, looper. That does fun things.
This one is missing a still. Okay, cool, and when you do fade, it's like...
So the first thing I'm noticing is that you actually tune your guitar.
Well, if you calculate the D to a C and the F to a C, it wouldn't add up that way. So it's super weird.
So you want to know how this thing works or something?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know how it works. I know more about loopers now than I did before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I think we messed it up now. Yeah. What just happened? So I can imagine putting different instruments or different samples in it and switching between those.
Totally.
It would be crazy.
I want to experiment with the recording with the stability turned up. Let's do the thing.
Good. So we're on the train ride to Berlin.
Oh, it's actually not underscore.
Oh, darn
I
it.
didn't know that. I'm sorry.
What do you don't, he doesn't know his own Instagram handle.
I don't know what it is.
No, I gotta edit this. Well, we're trying to get to Super Booth and I guess our train broke. That seems to be what's happening. Jenny, we need to translate.
Zur linken Seite gerade ein ICE vorgefahren.
They're actually gonna move us into the train.
On we go.
Welcome. That's not for us.
That's for the important people. Morale is high. Morale is high.
Some of my older videos are like this mesmerizing snake looking at you and telling you about how to use mini disc for experimental music. Like, you want to use mini disc for experimental music. Oh, that was never my intention. Yeah, that's the one that's broken. Beautiful looping machine. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful machines.
Or 16 or whatever, and I just more or less place the sound that I want on it.
Sounds like an angry cat now. You bastards! That is amazing. Super!